Let's go do a video.
What are we doing?
Let's just go randomly ask people questions about trucks.
That we know.
There are some who call me Tim.
Stock to fun.
What do you do
Duramax,
for
go.
Duramax?
Gosh, sell it.
Big wheels, a high roller, strolling through with a 5-car garage.
You need a really ratty, ugly, like junker drag truck thing. We're talking, how little money can I spend and go to the drag strip and beat a Corvette? People are like, why would you put money in that?
Stock to fun. Duramax. What would you do?
I don't know what to do with the Duramax, really.
My empire of dirt.
Duramax. Stock to fun. What would you do?
I would call up Elon Musk and hire SpaceX to launch it into the sun.
Follow us on X.
How much budget do I have?
No budget.
No budget? I would probably put wheels and tires on it, and I would put $100 bills in the wheel wells and little arrows that say daddy's money, and I'd like powder coat them in there.
I'm too sexy for my love. Too sexy for my love. Love's
12 valve, a tuner. 3rd gen, a tuner. 4th gen, a tuner.
No transmission on the 12 valve?
Nah, dude, pray that thing holds. Especially if it's got NV. Oh, dude, all day. It's got it. It's got it. And then from there, just a 480 on top of it. That's the next logical upgrade.
A good classic 12 valve is super fun. Stock to 500 horsepower, you're going to need a transmission. You can try it for a while, but it's not going to last very long. Even a clutch, if you have a manual, you're going to need a clutch. So I'd say that's a definite must. You're going to need a turbocharger, absolutely. A fuel package. You're going to need some fueling, like fuel injectors, delivery valves. Upgrade lift pump would be nice. Maybe not ultra needed at this level, but still a good idea. Valve train should be fine with that at that level. I'd probably retorque my head bolts at least. If I'm not doing head studs, at least hit my head bolts like 125 foot-pounds, make sure they're all not squishy. Then you should be pretty solid 500 horsepower and run really good. So turbo, transmission, a little bit of fueling, make sure the engine's tight, should be good to go.
Get a square body Ford. I would build the engine. Injectors, obviously I'd port the head because that's fun. Definitely compound turbos, definitely needs nitrous, Ford's need nitrous. I don't know if I would go with the Stancy Boy tires on the Ford. I think that looks too like, 18, 17-year-old kid trying to pick up chicks, and all you really do is pick up dudes.
I drive a 96 OBS 7.3, so I have a real long list to make some good power. Intake exhaust, free up some flow through the engine. Power driven filter definitely helped it. I want to eventually get a Hydra in it. Those are the best ones for those trucks. That's what I would start with.
I've never even sat in a Duramax.
500 horse on Duramax, easy. L5P with a tune.
6.4.
Put a tuner on there and they're hot and spicy for 100,000 miles at a time.
6.0 Ford stock to fun. I would do a SCT tuner, KC turbo, and O-ring the heads with head studs.
I know you guys are going to burn me for this, but I like a 6.0 Powerstroke. Those things just rev so fun. It's a very different thing. So just know what you're doing on those things, obviously, because they can bite you real bad if you don't know what you're doing. But when you do, they're really fun vehicles.
So the first thing you do is you go buy a Dodge. And you pull the motor out of the Dodge because Dodge are tragic. And then put that Cummins into a Ford and then you have a superior vehicle.
Stock Duramax. What do you do to make it fun?
Sell it.
Cummins. So I would start with the 1st gen because I've never built one. I'm kind of into older vehicles as I'm getting older for some reason. And so I would probably put dual VE pumps on there and find a way to control all that. And I'd have dual fed injectors and I'd obviously build the engine. But, it's a VE, so Wagler Street Fighter rods, PDD Stage 3 head, 625 head studs, nitrous, a hot rod 351 over like a GT55, like a 98 millimeter. That's probably the best use for a 1st gen Cummins.
brought to you courtesy of the red wine.
And what do you do from stock to make it fun? Like 500 horse, nothing.
I'd probably do the same thing I've done to my truck. So a transmission, the 650 from Power Driven, 7x10 VCO injectors, have a fast fuel pump on that one, and the Quadzilla Adrenaline. We're gonna try and do the 3rd gen compounds that PED has.
I don't know. I like the way my blue Dodge was set up. I had 5x14 injectors, 025 DVs, 62 drop-in kit on it. Yeah, that was a pretty good truck for 500 horse.
For the daily, you want 98 12 valve, Nice paint job. I'd probably go with like an intense blue pearl color. All one color, no two-tone. Two-tone's ugly. For the daily, you definitely need a 6.1 stroker. So we're talking 6.7 crank, 12-valve block, nice ported head, good head studs, fire rings, nice intercooler, HE351 over like a 480 compound setup. We're talking injectors, AFC Live, head studs, just mild stuff.
Favorite truck?
Second gen Dodge.
Stock to 500.
Divorced. We're divorced.
I think that I found myself a cheerleader.
I like third gens too. Second gens are so cute.
In order to be fun, you have to be scared for your life. So a second gen really brings that out.
Totally stock. Nothing looks, but it's got to be clean. We're talking grandpa truck, camper shell, running boards, stock wheels, stock like Michelin highway train tires.
5 hours later.
The little like chrome bug deflector on the hood. Dude, there's not a minivan in town that you won't gap with that thing.
My favorite truck? I like the third gens. First thing would be a tuner, MM3 or EFI, depending on the year. 6067 Aggressor. Then a transmission with a full manual valve body.
Third gen, probably an 06 or 07. It's a little easier to tune with the EFI Live. Definitely compound turbos. You want fast spooling. Honestly, you might as well just go to a 6.7 engine build while you're there so you can run bigger turbos. So 6.7 swap, build the engine, billet rods, small turbo, 467 over like a 98mm GT55. Get about 1100 horse street tune. Wait, that sounds like Todd's daily.
Favorite truck, and what would you do stock to fun?
Favorite truck depends. This is my daily driver now. This is my Common Rail 06. And there's a lot of benefits to this on the street. I can have this thing really, really clean and smoke. Last time this made 1500 horsepower. This is a fresh engine build, so this is like a 1500 horsepower street truck. That's totally has good street manners. It's not smoky. I am less smoky than a lot of 500 horsepower trucks out there, so it's really cool with the technology we can do in this.
I don't think third gen's a play.
If you want to just go fast, third gen, they're basically factory race trucks.
Going twice, I'm sold. A lady in the second row, she's a nature.
I'm a little partial to a third gen 2500 Dodge, but that's just what I've got. So once I start working on engine stuff, I definitely want to upgrade the turbo so I can go a little bit faster.
Common Rail, pick your flavor. They can all probably get pretty dang close to 500 with stock injectors and stock fueling with just a tune. I think a little turbo upgrade will help greatly. You may need some transmission upgrades, but 500 horsepower in a modern truck is pretty easy to come across with a tune and a little bit of a turbo upgrade, and you should be there just no problem.
But if you want a good, solid, daily, smoke-free, just clean tow truck, it's 4G, always.
So pretend like I'm 19. Fourth gen, American Force wheels, because I can't afford JTX forged. 24x14s if you're like big baller. Definitely mud terrains with the little skinny low profile to really, really trigger the off-road community. Tinted like limo tint all around. You just pay the tickets. Big stereo system. You probably would have to take it to Canada. Buy it back from them. Only like a 467 as a single. And that's how we build a fourth gen if I was young.
Or that time we call the Apple Dumpling Gang.
So probably stock to fun first thing, wheels and tires. Mine it's leveled on 35s with 22s. Tint, 14-inch brow, obviously. And then probably from there, tuner, and just pray that your transmission holds for as long as it will, and then when it goes, buy a trans.
Because 68s, just a tune will take care of those to 500, and you're on the ragged edge. But it'll probably survive as long as you don't hit the button too hard.
All right, guys. Well, I know online you probably think you need 1,000 horsepower for everything, but the truth is a 500 horsepower truck is a lot of fun on the street, and it's pretty dang reliable if you build it right. It won't break the bank, won't break on you all the time like this thing seems to do. So I wish you the best out there with your builds, and 500 horsepower, it's a fun truck.
You're going to have to edit most of that out.